you have it on, well, 2000.
Oh wow, that's better. That's better.
We just changed each
You've
other's
changed things,
settings. Yeah.
We're changing each other's settings.
So today I'm here with Keith Barnett, one of my members in my channel. I'm super excited to meet you in person and that we are here to talk about the Leica and everything regarding to photography. I don't know how this conversation will go, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Keith has the 43 focal length Leica Q3 and I have the older version, the 28mm. So this is the newest, the newer version of the Q.
It is, and I'm thrilled to be here. It's like I'm a super fan meeting my rock star, idol. So this is amazing. You know, your voice is sort of rings in my ear when I'm sitting on the train in the morning going to my office in London. So it's wonderful to be here and meet you in person.
Thank you.
And yeah, I mean, there is no right and wrong between the 43 and the 28. I bought the 43 because I just feel a little bit less able on street photography to get as close as you should when you've got a 28.
You want to be far away to get there.
So I like to be a little bit further away, a little bit less intrusive. Both cameras have got massive advantages and some disadvantages. So it is what it says on the tin. The focal length is the focal length. You can't get away with it.
Yeah, but what disadvantages you think the Leica has?
If you're in a room and you want to take the whole room, or if you're in a narrow landscape sort of area, you can find that I was taking some, if I personally can say myself, some really great photographs in the city of London last week, in Shoreditch and stuff, and I got some great shots. I'm really, really happy with 90% of them. But one or two, when you're trying to get the scale of buildings and stuff and you're quite close, the 28 would be better.
Yeah.
You would get a much...
get the whole scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're stuck with the focal length.
Exactly.
Would you prefer, like, if the Q has a zoom range of lens? What do you think
Well,
about that?
it's interesting because I told you before, I once had a Celux, which has got a great zoom range. But I only bought this camera less than 6 months ago, and it has reignited my love with photography because it is such high quality.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to go out. You want to have it with you the whole time. No, you can't quite put it in your pocket, but it's pretty portable.
Yeah,
it's light.
It's pretty light.
It's pretty light.
I think the same weight, right?
Mine should be very slightly heavier.
Slightly, just, you know, when I shoot my Ricoh, which is about the same focal length as your Q, I feel much easier to go on the street and take photos of people because it's closer to them. But I feel like the combination of 28 and like 35, 40, it's like the perfect combo for street photography.
I wonder, but the old Q didn't have the pull-out screen. That's a massive change.
You mean the original Q?
Yeah. That's a game changer because you can't really do street photography without that.
Yes, but you know, I wish it was a flipping screen like that.
Totally
I can
out.
see myself.
Yeah,
I wish it was
get
like
that.
this.
I do get that.
If it was like that, I would do my videos with the Leica. But
If you're doing long shooting, the screen uses quite a lot of battery.
Yeah.
I've never run out of battery on a day.
You have extra batteries or just?
Yeah,
use
I've got
this
one extra one.
I don't have extra one just because it's so expensive.
They are so expensive.
So I think, how much does it cost right now?
Leica went to enormous effort to make sure you couldn't use anybody else's battery because it even has the base. Even has the base on it. Why do they need to put the base on the battery? Well, I know why. So you could only buy their battery.
Exactly. I think they don't sell. From
when I come back in my next life, I'm going to be Mr. Leica.
Mr. Leica.
He must make a lot of money.
I think that's the best job in the world. Absolutely. You see a lot of Leicas in London?
Actually, no. I don't think you would see here either. I think Leica it reminds me like a Bang & Olufsen TV. People who really just appreciated the design and wanted something that was high design. And there's a cachet with the red dot and stuff. I mean, the old Celux that I had, it was a Panasonic. It was a Panasonic camera with a different badge on it. I think you paid £500 more for the red dot, £300 more for the red dot.
That's amazing.
But I could have bought this possibly. I could have probably gone to Europe and bought my camera from England to Europe and probably saved some VAT or whatever. But the whole buying experience of Leica was brilliant. And but there's a guy in Mayfair. I'm doing a shout out for Nico in the Mayfair store of Leica in London. Who's just brilliant, and every time I can't work out what I've done, I've changed a control and I can't work out how to put it back. I just pop in there and he's just brilliant and he's so patient, and you do feel, I think it's a special experience. And in today's retail world, 9 times out of 10 you feel no one bothers whether you buy something or you don't buy something. You feel quite used, and I do think the Leica experience is great for some people, not for everybody.
Exactly.
And you know, I'm doing a trip in the end of the year, January, to Antarctica, actually with a photographer from here.
Oh, wow.
He's running the tour. And he's telling me you need a 400mm lens. And I said, no, you can take pictures of penguins. Everyone's seen picture of penguins, but I will take pictures of you taking pictures of penguins. That would be a lot better.
Amazing.
That would be a lot better.
Wow, that's an amazing goal. Wow.
So I'm hoping.
So you're going to go just with the Leica?
Yeah. I might cheat and take the Canon with a 300mm lens.
You don't want the penguins.
To take a few penguins. But I was thinking just taking the Leica. And one of my very good friends who's a really, really, really good photographer, shout out to Malcolm, my very good friend Malcolm, he said, no, just take the Leica. It's great discipline. Just don't take anything else and see what you can get from it.
He also shot the Leica? Like the Q? Or?
No, he's an M-man. He's a big, and he's got 100 lenses and 100 different things he does. He's a great filmmaker as well, so he does all that.
Do you use film in like video when you shoot?
I never have used the video function.
Yeah, you know, me too, pretty much.
But
in a Canon,
just not
you use
something.
it? No, you don't do this at all.
Sorry?
With the Canon, do you do video?
No, I've never used my camera for
video.
I don't really take video. I take my granddaughter on my iPhone. That's it. That's it.
I think it has like the best. I think the iPhone is best for family picture quality.
The great thing about any photography, you said this before in your videos, is whatever you got on you is the best camera. Because if you haven't got something on you, you can't take a shot of anything.
Exactly.
So if it's only an iPhone, well, you've got a photograph. You've still got a photograph.
Do you think you use the Leica more than you use the Canon? It's interesting for me to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the ratio will be like.
First of all, it's much more portable.
Yeah.
Secondly, I don't know why, and maybe it will wear off. It's only been 6 months, but I just get a peculiar thrill out of using it, and it's fun. And you said something in your video this week, in your post this week about de-stressing and taking time out. And I showed you some photographs I did this week, which was were all within about 300-400 meters of my office, and it was like I'd left the office behind in the city of London and around, literally a few hundred meters of my office. And it's get out time. And my phone was on silent, and no one disturbed me.
And you just go on the street.
And I was with another photographer. We had a good laugh, and it's there is a. For me, not everybody, and people will say, "Oh, you're ridiculous. You spent £5,000 on a camera, and you can buy a really good camera that's just as good for
a few cameras.
A few cameras who are just as good for less than half the price." And it's true, but I'm really enjoying it, and I wouldn't be taking the photographs maybe if I hadn't made that investment. And it's not all gone anyway, because if I wanted to change my camera, I would get some of that money back on
you can always sell it.
So it's not. I don't feel the money's all spent.
Yeah,
and it's not about that. But it's there's a lot of things you can spend that money on and not get the pleasure from, and I'm getting the pleasure from this. You can spend that on a holiday and it's over in 2 weeks, and this is not over. This is, and everywhere I go now in the world, and I do a lot of travelling, I try and meet up with a local photographer. It's really easy to do. There's a whole world I didn't know that was out there.
Yeah, of course.
And go for a walk with them in their own city or their own place, and get a different. Everyone has a different experience to bring to you.
That's awesome. You should publish a book, for all the travel.
I don't think anyone's interested in my books, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
You sold your old Leica, or just
I haven't actually. I don't even know if there's a market for it because Lux. It's not a new camera. I haven't. I've kept it. There are still moments where it's quite useful to have it in your pocket.
You don't use a Ricoh, by the way, because I shoot the Ricoh in the Leica.
No, so a lot of people told, when I was looking to buy this, a lot of people said you should try the Ricoh.
Yeah. But,
and I don't know what my reasons were for choosing this over the Ricoh. Maybe it was just brand snobbery.
It's totally different, feeling.
When I grew up, Ricoh made photocopiers in my office, so I wasn't sure. But everyone says the Ricoh's a great camera.
Yeah, it's really great. I think the combination is super great.
How do you decide which one to take out with you?
I think, as I said in my videos, all the time that I'm outside, I take the Ricoh if I just go for a walk or just to go on the street to wander around. But when I go specifically to do a photograph, more professional type of photograph, so I will take the Leica because I know the quality will be much better. But I haven't.
Do you use the Leica Lux at all?
No, I never used any other Leica. Actually.
No, sorry, the Leica Lux that you download from Leica.
I
shoot normally in Chrome. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm right to do that. I normally shoot in Leica Chrome. Oh, Chrome. It's almost it's not classic because they have one called classic, but it's it's quite good color differentiation.
Yes. Yes, I think I have it in
It's
my
slightly
setting.
muted backgrounds. So I either shoot that or monochrome.
Yeah, but you don't edit your photos, like you use this JPEG form or classic or whatever, then you use the photo like this, or you edit the photo?
I always edit the photos.
You
Yeah. Always edit the photos,
and
but
you play
because you
with
have
the colors also, or just
sometimes.
yeah?
I'm not brilliant at Lightroom, I have to tell you. I'm
Yeah.
quite basic on Lightroom.
I think we too.
There's four or five settings I use the whole time,
Yeah.
but I like your idea. I'm going to copy you and see what your standard settings are like, because they work very well
I
for
don't
this
like
kind
to
of photography.
overthink my editing. I like it to be very simple and just move on with my day.
I said to one photographer,
Yeah.
my thrill would be to take a photo that's perfect straight out the camera, and said, "You don't understand it." He said to me, "You don't understand digital photography. You're missing the point." He said.
Yeah, I think that's a big debate in the photography world. That's interesting. It's very interesting. You know, I first of all, I'm super excited that I understand completely everything you say, and I can communicate with you, because English is
Your English is
obviously
great.
not my
Stop
native
going on
language.
about your English. It's great.
Yeah, I say it a lot, I know, but it's
Yeah,
it's
good.
really difficult for me.
And I talk fast as well, so
You
you're
talk
doing really
super fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will
don't be
slow down.
sorry.
I will slow down, but I do speak too
Just
fast.
so
I
you
know
know,
that.
like 90% of my brain is figured out what you say.
It's good for you. It's good for you to stimulate
That's
your
great.
brain.
That's awesome. I see both of us has the top button of the shutter button and the thumb grip, which is interesting. Do you think about any other extra?
So I looked at a
accessories
lot of
to put on the
stuff
Leica?
online, people recommending what
Yeah,
accessories.
like an ND filter.
I genuinely don't think I need any of them.
Yeah, you don't
At the
feel you need
moment.
ND filter or protecting screen.
I'm sure on some of the night photos in particular, I would do better with an ND photo, ND filter. But one of the reasons I bought this camera
Yeah.
was to be really simple. The only thing I have in my bag is a spare battery. And I'm enjoying at the moment the simplicity of it. Maybe I will build a few accessories, but there's no.
Yeah.
I think the fact that the soft button and the thumb grip aren't standard and included is a bit of a swizz if anyone from Leica is listening to this, because you just spent in English terms £5,000 on a camera,
Yeah.
and they want another £200 on really quite basic accessory.
Yes,
I
but
think that's
you bought
really
the
quite annoying.
original one. Can you tell me why you chose that? Or-
Because I was in the shop and I got carried away,
That's totally fair.
and
That's
I wanted it.
totally
I
fair.
wanted it. I wanted everything now.
Yes,
And I could have gone back
understand.
and looked on Amazon and bought. There are some pretty good
Yes.
identical.
And would you
things.
recommend people? Because I recommend people very much to get the thumb grip myself.
I think the thumb grip is indispensable, but when something's indispensable, you ask yourself, why
is
didn't
it
they
not
make it in the
included?
first place?
Yeah.
I never shoot, or nowadays
Yeah.
with modern ISO cameras. I limit this to 6,400. What do you limit yours
Oh
to?
wow, I leave it to 800.
Limit to 800.
Yeah, I'm not
you're
trusting you there.
You're a braver girl than me. But maybe that's too high. I don't know. But I never
Everyone
get near it.
has
Anyway,
mistakes,
all I was
you
going to say was
know. Yeah.
I never take a flash photograph. And do you have a flash?
No, I don't have a flash for it.
No,
for
I
the
don't have a flash
Leica.
either. And they
No.
don't actually make one that fits this camera. They're using the SL flash.
Oh,
As I understand it, and people on the comments will tell me if I'm wrong, but as I understand it, they haven't actually made a purpose-built flash for this camera.
Yes.
So the flash that fits it, the flash that fits that hot shoe, and is properly aligned to the controls,
yeah.
it looks like a Martian has landed on the camera. It's enormous.
Yeah, it's enormous.
for the
They're not
camera.
the small like one.
No,
like
they
the
really need
products.
a small one, but I don't think I would use it. I genuinely don't think I would use it.
I never used flash other than doing professional job for people. When I use my Canon gear to do when I shoot products and stuff like that. But on the go, especially on the street, I don't see a reason why to draw so much attention to it. I like the result, but it's not something that I want to add extra heaviness to the camera.
So 43 versus 28. What do you think?
Yes. Wow. What do I think? I think.
Or should we ask the question again at the end of today?
I think you should tell. By the way, if you can write us in the comments which one of those cameras would you prefer, the 28 or the 43 in general. What is your favorite focal length to use? If you can choose only one focal length to use for the rest of your life, what would that be?
So I think I grew up at an age where everyone had a 50mm lens.
50 is classic, yeah.
So 43 is the closest to that, and you sort of shoot what you see.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
much.
with the ability, of course, you lose some peripheral vision, of course, on a 43 compared to a 28, but you also get a lot more from not having to be quite so close. And sometimes you're frustrated, I think, with a 28 that you don't shoot what you see. It looked better to you than it does in the camera.
Yes.
It's a unique focal length. I've never known. This is the only camera, as
I think
far as I'm
it's
aware.
more difficult to shoot with 28. it's more like it's harder to get a better result, I think.
And there are lots of circumstances where you do brilliantly with 28.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But
I
you get
also
so many
think that
elements
you
in the
get
photo.
some. I think you get some on portraits. I think you get some distortion with the 28 as well. Your classic lens, if you were taking portrait, would be to use a 50mm lens. I think.
I'm never taking portrait with the 28. It's not my goal. And
This is great for portraits.
Yes, I see that. And you shoot people on the street and you feel totally comfortable taking photos.
Yeah. I haven't got to get quite so
You
close.
always was like that? Because when I started, I was super embarrassed with the camera outside, and I just felt super like people watch me and look at me.
I've never had a bad incident except once, which was in Jerusalem,
Wow.
where I took a photograph of a great rabbi with beard. He looked amazing.
Yeah.
And he was really angry with me for taking his photograph. I don't know if I offended some sort of religious
It was
thing.
on Saturday, maybe?
No, it wasn't on Saturday. No, it wasn't on Saturday. And no, it was in a market. So he had his phone out, and maybe he wasn't supposed to have the phone. Maybe that was the thing. That was
Maybe
probably
that's
the thing.
the thing. You caught him.
And he shouted at me, and I said, "Oh, I'm really, really sorry."
And you deleted it?
No. No one's ever making me.
That's my hope.
No one's ever making me delete a
I
camera.
hope it was your answer.
I was in a place in the city of London in a. It's not private; it's completely public space, but it's owned by a private company. And they say, "Oh, you're not allowed to take photographs here." I said, "Well, I don't know why. It's private. It's a public place. People are on their iPhones. Why can't you're not?" I said, "Fine, I won't take a photo. I'm not going to offend you. I want you to delete what you've got on your camera." No way. You're not a policeman. Go away. There's no way you can make me delete something on my camera. So no, you never delete. I think that's a good. That's a good. If you're going to have your rules of photography, never delete.
Never delete anything.
Until
That's something I say always.
Until you had a good look at it.
I think lately when people have their phone all the time, it's so like old-fashioned to ask people not to photograph outside. It's something that shouldn't be. You know, obviously people will take photos in everywhere, in a museum and outside, taking photos of people because we have smartphone on us with a camera. So, you know, telling people not to photograph, maybe just if they have a big DSLR with a lens.
I was once in Spain at a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's my best never delete photograph story.
Please send it to me so I can share this if you
I
can.
don't know if I've got the photograph still. It was about 3 or 4 years ago, and I took a picture of the family, and it was a really bad picture. But I hadn't got round to editing them yet. But it was a terrible picture. No one was looking at the camera. It was one of those, And then about 20 minutes later, one of my kids said to me, "Have you seen who's at the next table?" It was Elton John.
Oh.
And his family on the next table.
Wow.
So I quickly went to this rubbish.
Of course.
I've got a perfect photograph of Elton John in the background.
Wow, it's awesome.
Let's go and take some photos. What do you think?
Let's go take some photos. That's
Should we do that?
what I wanted to say.
That'll be fun.
That's awesome. So after our conversation, we went out to take photos, and I completely forgot to record an end for this video. So I just want to say thank you so much to Keith for joining me, and it was super, super fun outside taking photos and talking about the Leica and everything. And I hope you enjoyed. It was really fun for me to meet one of you in person. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video.